actually, Andy, it's not too bad out this morning. I mean, what is it, 23, 24? No, that's not really bad for mid-January. I mean, come on. I'm really surprised that the weather's so mild. I mean, it was rodeo weekend. Yeehaw, rawhide, we'll keep them doggies rolling. Yeah, it was rodeo weekend this past weekend. The 46 Pro Rodeo Circuit was in town. That usually means what? 30 below, 40 below, record-breaking temperatures. Record-breaking temperatures across the board. Yes, indeed. Yeah, it's like Antarctica here when the rodeo comes to town. Yeah, I was looking at the forecast. We're going to get this next weekend, be mild and sunny all week, but sub-zero next weekend. I see the red lights on. That means we're live without a net. All stunts are performed at the performer's own risk. We're doing stunts now. Come on. Wait a minute. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Morning, Andy. Top of the morning to you. It is Monday, January 13th. How's your weekend? We had football from Thursday all the way through till there's a game tonight. The Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 5 games in a row. We had the college final round. Yeah, college final round of the NCAA tournament. And wild card, wild thing. Boom, 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 boom. But you make my heart sing. We had wild card weekend. So the NCAA championship is set. Okay? We got the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish facing off national championship next week, or is it a week after next? Look into that. Get back to me. Buckeyes open what? 8-point favorite? 7.5? Seems to be right. You know, it'd be ironic if they won this national championship. Last year, their rivals, Michigan, won the national championship. Both teams are from the Big Ten. So basically, the SEC is dead. They're not in the final now. Notre Dame's an independent. Yeah. Yet before we get any further, you know the drill. You got to like this podcast. It's right down here, over here. There's a thumbs up. There's a thumbs down. Give us the thumbs up. And turn on this little button over here on your notifications little thing. Doesn't it bing when I say notifications? Anyway, hit that. You'll be notified every time a video comes up. Podcast, out about town. We got a couple things planned. And there's a chance to win fabulous prizes. Yes, there is, Andy. We're giving away fabulous prizes. I have an extra Detroit Tigers mug. We could give away a used coffee cup. And Pipewrench Podcast is giving away used coffee cups. Let's give a big shout out. Where's my prop? To our friends. Is this yesterday's? This is January 12th, and today's Monday the 13th, so this is yesterday's. Great Falls Gazette. our friends down there at the Great Falls Gazette. This is black and white. Do we get a prop copy too? We do. All right. It's locally owned, locally operated. It's still, it's $1 on the weekend days, Tuesdays and Thursdays, $1.50 on the weekends. This is the weekend page. What is it? 20 pages? Some 20 pages. Oh, there's more than 20. There's 20 something. Yeah, there's all sorts of stuff. You know what you should do? You should buy a copy, because I'm gonna buy 5 copies for my mother. Yeah! Gonna see my smiling face on the cover of the Great Falls Gazette. Oh yeah, we're gonna make Crime Stoppers, you and me, buddy. Yeah, they're in the same building. They're out the door. You go out the door, down the hallway to the stairs, go down 1 flight of steps, then 3 doors down, and that's where they're at. So big shout out to those guys. Yeah, it's really, I like them. I like them a lot. Great Falls Gazette as your local paper. They do a much better job than previously publications. Yeah, we don't want to call them out. Can we call them? We can. Well, let's do it. Let's do it! All right. What's wrong with me? Nothing. Why do you ask? Did I eat a lot of paint chips as a child? Okay, David Spade. All right. You were mentioning earlier, that's why we're going to get off on this tangent, I guess, that we're going to go through this morning. But you mentioned it earlier that you thought James Dean was part of the 27 Club, and he is not part of the 27 Club. James Dean, James Dean, too fast to live, too young to die. Yeah. He died in a car crash. He had a Porsche 956 Spider. It was in 1955. James Dean was 24 years old, yes. So he was close, but, he wasn't in the 27 Club. Now, what is the 27 Club? Okay, the 27 Club refers to musicians. That's where it picked up some steam. But there are other people, celebrities, famous people that have died for various reasons at the age of 27. That's why they call it the 27 Club. Some famous rock stars in the 60s, 70s. Yeah, the 27 Club. Now, actually, Andy, it seems to me to avoid being in the 27 Club, you're just going to have to get famous after you're 27. Yeah, like me. I'm in my 60s. We're way past 27. So I'm good, so we can be famous, and we wouldn't be in the 27 Club. What? No, it's not retroactive. You're in the 27 Club, even though you're in the 60s, and you should have died. What the hell are you talking about? Looking for the Grim Reaper over my shoulder. So, I guess we're going to name some people on the 27 Club. Would that help? Even though there are names before him, the first name I'm going to bring up today would be, he's on the 27 Club is he's the blues master, Robert Johnson. Robert Johnson. He died under what would call suspicious circumstances in 1938. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame describes him as perhaps the first rock star ever. Okay? Legend has it, Robert Johnson sold his soul to the devil at a crossroads at midnight somewhere in Georgia in exchange for his mastery of the guitar. Yeah, the devil, ooh, he sold his soul. That's the original. You know, you've heard the stories. You know, they sold their soul to become a rock star. This is the original Robert Johnson. Master blues, short career, first of crowd. When we say suspicious conditions, he was having threats at a concert that he performed at from the audience of a different color. Suspicious car wreck. His wife, manager, all died the same wreck. Robert Johnson was 27 years old. Eric Clapton called Robert Johnson the most important blues singer that ever lived. Bob Dylan, Keith Richards from the Stones, Robert Plant have all cited Johnson's lyrics and his, what would we say, musicianship as key influences in their own work. Yeah. So he was the first well-known, the whole soul, sell your soul to the devil, at a cross night, roads, was a rainy night in Georgia, such a rainy night in Georgia. I had to, man. You got Crossroads. Who else? Brian Jones. Brian Jones, he died in 1969. Now, Brian Jones was the original founder of the Rolling Stones. Boom, 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 because I used to love her, boom, 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 but it's all over now. Yeah. She used to run around with every guy in town, spend all my money. It's the Rolling Stones' early years, yeah. He founded the band. Brian Jones founded the band in 1962. And they were called what? The British, they were called, I know it, it was the British Blues Outfit. That was the name, the original band name of the Rolling Stones. Now, new band members to the band, i.e. new members would be Keith Richards and Mick Jagger. I can't get no satisfaction, and I try, I can't get no what? Okay, get back on topic. Okay. Brian Jones founded the Stones. They were the British Blues Outfit. New band members Keith Richards and Mick Jagger began to take over the musical direction of the band after they became successful, and they started taking over all all the writing, right? Mick and Keith started writing all the songs. She's a honky-tonk woman. Give me the honky-tonk. Boom, 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 boom. And what happened to Brian Jones, you might say? Well, alcohol. You know, you're going to find alcohol is a common theme. Drug problems. It led to his dismissal. I mean, Brian Johnson was, even though it was his bands, he was like bummed out because Mick and Keith took over, and he was drinking, and he had an alcohol problem. Basically the band got together at a time, and would be Bill Wyman, Charlie, Mick and Keith, right? They got together and said, look, you got to go, dude. You're drunk all the time. You're not, Of course, when Brian Jones was left the band, they were kicked out of the band. That ushered in the Mick Taylor years. Mick Taylor was probably the best period of songwriting and albums for the Stones were the Mick Taylor years. But after Mick Taylor took Brian Jones's place, was it less than a month later, Brian Jones died in his own swimming pool, drowned. Like he said, 1969. He was alone, so there's no, there's no questions or anything like that. There's a sudden, why was he alone? But he was such a drunk, and everybody knew it. So what? Right. So, purple haze, right? You're right. All in my brain. Lately things don't seem the same. Acting funny, but I don't know why. Excuse me while I kiss the sky. Pew, 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 pew. That's who invented it right there. Pew, the pew. James Marshall Hendrix, widely regarded, Andy, as one of the greatest guitar players in the history of rock and roll music. God, he was one of the most influential. You talk to anybody, it's like Hendrix. Who was in for the Hendrix? Hello, is Hendrix? He died September of 1970. All of Jimi Hendrix's studio albums make the 500 greatest albums of all time. There was only 3 studio, only 3 studio albums and 1 official live. There's a red house over yonder. That's where my baby stays. Beer, the beer. He invented it. Hendrix, beer. Jimmy had a long reputation as a drunk, problems with pills, as a mean drunk, as a cantankerous, rowdy drunk. That'd be his undoing, Andy, right there. Autopsy that was committed concluded that Hendrix basically choked on his own vomit, inhaled his own puke. Blood samples showed that barbiturates and alcohol, he had 18 times the lethal amount or the recommended amount of barbiturates that they were taking. Seconal, Reds, add that with the alcohol. Yeah. Jimmy didn't stand a chance. No. Yeah, reports are saying that he was alive. The reports are saying that he was found dead, that good girlfriend found him. We don't know, Well, you can't, yeah. Yeah, big names, right. You're right, and they're not names that people don't, right. Yeah. Who else? Who else? Well, you can't talk about Jimi if you don't talk about, oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? My friends all drive Porsches. I must make amends. Mate, worked hard all my lifetimes. No help from my friends. Oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? Everybody, yeah, old and white. Oh, come on. Mama Janis, right here behind me. She's right there every Monday. Mama Janis. Okay? She died of a heroin overdose in 1970. Lead singer of who? The Cosmic Blues Band, the Full Tilt Boogie Band, and Big Brother and the Holding Company. Just hold on, hold on. I can't even do Janis. Jeez. Stop it. Stop trying to do Janis. Okay? What else about Janis? She's dubbed the Queen of Rock and Roll, Mama Janis. Rolling Stone magazine again. We've got quotes from Rolling Stone magazine. Ranks her 28th on the top 100 greatest singers. Not female singers, just singers of all time. Okay? So, Yep, singers of all time. Right, yeah, that's what I got. Singers of all time. So, who else? You know that it would be untrue. You know that I would be a liar if I was to say to you, girl, we couldn't get much higher. Come on, baby, light my fire. That's right, 1965, Ray Manzarek and Jim Douglas Morrison founded the Doors. They released 6 studio albums. All were classically good albums, critically acclaimed. But Jim's dependence on alcohol were so severe that it basically affected his life, his performances on stage. He was drunk all the time. I remember I heard a Westwood One interview about Morrison, about the writer's L.A. Woman album. L.A. Woman's gonna have to do drive through your dumb arms into your blues. Yeah, they said they knew it was the last album. 1971, Jim Morrison died unexpectedly, really, yeah, in Paris, in a Paris apartment. There was no autopsy was performed. He died of a heart attack. There's no autopsy. They don't know if it's an overdose. 2012 reports came out that Morrison died in a Paris bar, and he was moved to the apartment that he shared with his longtime girlfriend. He shared a common law wife, Pamela, was it Corson? Pamela Corson. Like I said, she died of a heroin overdose in 1974, and she was also 27. Oh, man. Can you believe it? Ronald Pigpen McKernan, He was one of the founding members of the Grateful Dead. Trucking down on Bourbon Street, set up, go! By 1971, doctors had advised him to quit touring because of liver damage, and he had acute alcoholism. He wasn't the hippie, trippy, deadhead type. Yeah, he was pure blown alcoholic. He continued touring with the band until 1972, when he was forced to retire due to health reasons. 9 months later, Pigpen was dead of gastro hemorrhage. Liver and stomach blew up due to alcohol because he never quit drinking. Yep. So, they're all classic rock. Of course, there are others in different areas. What about? I hailed as the voice of a generation, Kurt Cobain. Okay, Kurt Cobain and Nirvana. All Kurt was he was uncomfortable with Nirvana's success. Yeah, he didn't like being the front man and all the attention. Come as you are. Yeah, oh yeah, bam, but not beer like Hendrix. No beer in there, yeah. He didn't like he struggled with heroin and addiction, stomach pains, chronic depression. Like I said, with the personal and professional pressures of fame. Kurt wasn't equipped to handle fame before that he was even famous. Okay, yeah, right. He didn't like it. On April 8th, 1994, Kurt Cobain was found in the greenhouse of his Seattle home, suicide by a self-inflicted shotgun blast to his head. Yeah, rock and roll was dead, man. Yeah. Nope, Lane Staley was not in the 27 Club. What about Amy Winehouse? Yeah, she died of acute alcohol poisoning. Her troubles with substance abuse, mental illness. You get the theme here, everyone? You might be talented, but there's underlying factors, okay? Substance abuse, mental illness, addiction. With Amy Winehouse, we're all well known. She also struggled, according to her family, with bulimia. So, yeah, her brother, yeah, not eating, heavy drinking, that was key. That's the quickest way to get acute alcohol poisoning that there is. So, you throw in not eating and drinking on an alcohol diet. She died of acute alcohol poisoning. What? 2011. Alcohol poisoning, Amy Winehouse, 2011. Joined the 27 Club. So, there you go. No, it's not just rock stars, even though it seems like that. Do you remember Pat Tillman? Former Arizona Cardinals professional football player who went over to Iraq, Afghanistan. He was killed by friendly fire, 27 Club. Okay. 27 Club has over 100 people when we looked it up this morning. Anton Yelchin, the kid movie actor that played in, what did he play with? Alpha Dog. His Jeep rolled over him, killed him, 27. So I guess when they want you at 27, they got you. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, come on. There's a lot of well-known. There was 27 Club was big, in my lifetime in high school and stuff. We were listening to Joplin, Hendrix, Morrison, Brian Jones. We're all in junior high. Yeah, that air, so it really, yep, the 27 Club. My advice, wait till you're 28 to get famous. Man, I know, I wanted to mention that wildfire situation, California. It is wild. It's like the Arthur Brown song. I am the god of hellfire, and I bring you fire. Ba ba ba. I'll bring you to burn. I'll see you burn. That place is burning down the houses. Man. There's no end in sight. The winds are going to come up again. It's one of the worst fires in United States history. Los Angeles is not only a entertainment hub, it's a transportation hub, it's a port, it's one of the largest cities in the world. Los Angeles and California, what are they? One of the biggest economies in the world, and right. So it's going to be, it could be hurtful. I see a lot of posts on social media, though. It's like, oh, they deserve it. It's karma, It's they get what they voted for. It's the policies. If that's really your opinion, then you really, really, really need to do some soul searching. Thousands of homes, businesses, people's livelihood lost, people dead, pets dead, dogs, cats dead, wildlife dead. No one, for any reason, should anyone say, well, they got that kind of... It's weak, and come on. You can do better if that's what you're saying. There's links on my Facebook page that I posted over the weekend, how you can help with the dog rescues and the cat rescue, pet rescue, and wildlife rescue efforts. Just go to my page on Facebook. It's Pipewrench Peterson. We got the Vikings, Rams, ending our 5-day football extravaganza tonight. They're playing in the State Farm Stadium in Arizona, and they won't insure people in Los Angeles. I find that ironic. But the Rams tonight, that's it. That is it. Remember, everybody, spay and neuter. Adopt, don't shop. Foster, rescue, volunteer, and hey, why don't you adopt a shelter pet today? Till next week, we are out of here. Beware, 27 Club. If you're there, take care. Watch the game tonight. Be safe all week. We will see you next Monday.